Hi there, this is Shrikant Dasari. So, in this lesson, we are going to learn about the various ways we can declare and initialize arrays in C. Okay, so let me launch the IDE. So, already we have created a project under the name array2, okay, which consists of file array2.c. So, as we have learned that array is a collection of fixed size of similar type of data, okay. So let us take an array here. Let's name it as array1, okay, of size 5. Okay. So in the previous example, we have initialized the array using a for loop. Okay. So here there is another way of initializing an array. So which is something like this. So if you say something like this, okay. So this literally means that you are initializing the array with all the elements in the array with the value 0. Okay. So if you want to see whether it's happening in that way or not, so let us take a for loop again. Let us take a for loop here. For I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus, and let's just simply print the contents, which would be essentially zeros here. The contents of array 1. Okay, so you can have a printf statement. So as we had in the previous example here, so a of %t, okay. So all this type of printing is for better understanding purpose here. So I and array 1 of I here, okay. So if you save and run the program here, we have just forgot to print the slash in here, okay. So if you see, all the contents of the array were initialized to 0 here, okay. So this has happened because so we have taken an array of name array1 and just initialize it with all zeros here. So if you say something like this in your programming statement, which literally means that so all the elements in the array will get initialized to 0, okay. So there is another way to declare and initialize arrays here. So if you take another example, another array to demonstrate, you can simply omit the size, or else you can have this fixed size of elements 5. Just we have taken array 2 of size 5, and here we are trying to initialize the array the time of declaration only, okay. So we have just taken an array of name array2 and just initialized it with 5 values, okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5, okay. So if you want to see whether the values of array2, same you can take another for loop here, okay. So you can take one more for loop and just print the contents of array2 by just changing the name of array1 to array2, and just you can have printf statement for understanding purpose. The contents of array2, okay, something a small statement here, okay. And if you have /t, so they would move some. So if you just save and run the program, so if you observe in the output here, for array 2 we have taken for array 2 we have taken a fixed size of length 5, and just we have initialized the elements with 1 2 3 4 and 5. So that's what you have got in the output here, okay. The contents of array 2 just gets printed here, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so in the same way you can have so another kind of initialization here. So for that purpose, let's take another array here, array 3, and you can simply omit the fixed size. Okay, so and you can initialize up to whatever length you wanted. Okay, so again we have let's take different elements, 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55. Okay, so here if you observe, we have omitted the length, okay, the maximum size or the length of the array here. Okay, so both these declarations are one and the same, because so here you have taken 5 and just you are initializing 5 values. So in this array 3 you have omitted the maximum length value here. Now the compiler sets automatically the length to 5 here. Okay, because on the right hand side you have initialized 5 values, so now the length of this array would be 5. Okay, so both are one and same. The only difference is you have just skipped the maximum length here. Okay, so if you want to check the contents of that array, again you can make use of this for loop one more time here, and just change your name of the array to array 3, and just for understanding purpose you can have a message here, the contents of array 3. Okay, the contents of array 3. So just save and run the program, and you get the contents of array 3, which we have just initialized as 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55 here. Okay, so this is the use of so you can, another way of declaring an array and initializing there itself. You can according to your convenience you can omit the size, maximum size. Okay, so there is one last way of initializing an array here. So you might take another possibility here. You take array of 5, array of 4, another array variable 4, array 4, and you have taken the fixed length as 10. But you might do something like this, 20, 30, 40 and 50 here. Okay, so you have just initialized 5 values in our array 4, which is of fixed size of length 10. Okay, so if you want to check the contents of that array, again you can make use of for loop here. So but now here our array is of length 10. Okay, so we have to make change in our for loop here. So let us make it as 10. Okay, let us make it as 10, and as usual everything is same, and just let us change the name of the array to array 4. Again you can have a printf statement here. The contents of array 4. Okay, so if you save and run the program here, so just get the values initialized here. Okay, so you get whatever the values we have initialized in our array 4 here, so 10, 20, 30 and 40 and 50. Apart from that, if you observe carefully, the rest of the values were assigned with zeros. Okay, so 0 is the default initial value in the array. Okay, so if you don't, here we have taken the length of an array as 10 and we have initialized only 5 values. Okay, so what the compiler does is the remaining values will be the remaining places or indexes would be set with 0, which is the default value in the array. Okay, so in that way this fourth possible declaration of array goes. So there is no bound checking for arrays in C. Okay, so what the bound checking means is, so here in the first array, if you take the first array here, or else if you take the second array here, So here we have taken array 2 as 5, maximum length as 5, and just we have initialized 5 values here. Okay, so if a programmer or a user does something crazy like this, so if he runs the loop for 10 times here, okay, so if he runs the loop for 10 times, even though he has taken the array as maximum length as 5, okay, so what happens if you see, if you run the program and see, so if you save and run the program, so if you see for the second instance content, here we have taken 5 elements in our array, and just we are running the loop for 10 times here. Okay, so the rest of the values are getting some garbage value here. Okay, so there is a drawback in C that it doesn't have bound checking. Okay, so the remaining values would always be initialized or get some garbage value. Okay, so even though if you run your loop for 50 times, okay, so if you do some crazy things like this here, so you have taken array as maximum length as 5, and here you are running the loop and trying to initialize, trying to print the contents which are not exactly present in that array and out of bound. Okay, so if you save and run the program, so if you observe here, until 5 it gets it prints the values, and the remaining all it gets as garbage value. Okay, so this is one of the basic drawbacks. It does not have bound checking in C. Okay, so in this video we have seen the various types of declarations and initializations of arrays, of one-dimensional array. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.